Thank you, Brian. First, just want to welcome everybody. Really exciting day for us as an organization, as well for the community and Thunder fans everywhere. I want to start by just welcoming Patrick's family. Raymond and Patrick Patterson are two players that we've long admired in the NBA. They exhibit the qualities of players we've traditionally tried to target and bring into the organization, both highly professional, serious players, guys that have reputations as great teammates, great competitors, and I believe players that understand what goes into winning and high-performing teams. And just in the short time that we've been able to spend together and conversations we've had, it's just kind of even furthered my confidence that these are two guys that are going to make us a better team, but also continue to help us build our environment and continue to build a legacy of the organization just based on who they are as people and competitors. So really excited. Couldn't be happier to welcome these two guys to the organization and to the city. And turn it over to Billy for a few comments as well.
Well, just to echo some of Sam's comments, I'm very, very excited about Patrick and about Raymond. Patrick and I go back a long way, coaching at Marshall in West Virginia. Patrick being from Huntington, West Virginia, got a chance while recruiting Patrick to develop a very close relationship with he and his family. So we've known each other for quite a long time, and just a great guy, great family. And really feel like he'll bring, I think, a dimension to our team on both ends of the floor. Tough defender, physical, a winner, a guy that can shoot the ball from behind the three-point line, very, very good passer. So I'm really, really excited about kind of being reacquainted with Patrick again. Raymond, I've always admired him as a player, even back at North Carolina when they won a national championship 2 years ago in the playoffs. He really, I thought, had an exceptional series against us, played very, very well. A guy with a wealth of experience, high basketball IQ, knows how to play. And I couldn't be more excited about having both of these guys on the roster next year and working with them. And certainly two veteran guys that have got a wealth of experience.
Now we're going to present the jerseys to each guy. Photo ops for you guys before we get to questions. Looking great, yes. Thanks, guys. I will open up the questions. State your name and affiliation, please.
Eric Horn with the Oklahoman. This is for Raymond. Raymond, I just wanted to get an idea of how this deal came about for you and what was appealing about coming to Oklahoma City at this juncture in your career, being a 12-year veteran.
Being a 12-year guy, you just want to put yourself in a situation where you're going to win. Put yourself in a situation where you got a chance to try to play for something special, and that's to win a ring. That's always been a goal of mine, always been a dream of mine. So this organization has been one of the top for the last 10 years since I can remember, and got a great team. Like some of the things that they was doing this summer, some of the pieces that they was signing, some of the guys that they traded for. So to come here, I think we have a great chance to do something special. So looking at this organization, this city, how they support this team and how loud it is in here. So I can only imagine how it's going to be on the right side of the court. So I look forward to it.
Myron Patton Fox here in Oklahoma City. Patrick, you obviously know a lot about Oklahoma City, the Thunder, having played against them. How do you see your game fitting in with the pieces that are here and that are coming?
Yeah, just pretty much spacing the floor, being a guy who can move the ball, distribute, pass, make the extra play, and then when I have the opportunity to shoot, take advantage of that. Russ demands so much attention. Same thing with PG. Two great guys on the offensive side of the ball, so just trying to do whatever I can to ease the pressure off them, moving the ball. When they do get trapped, just trying to distribute and find someone. Then also on the defensive side, this is such a great defensive team, and it's only going to get better. So just using my ability, my awareness, and my IQ to just help out in that areas too.
Hey, Patrick, Brett Dawson with the Oklahoman. What do you remember about that dynamic with Billy and getting to know him during the recruiting process?
Oh, man.
Another one we lost.
It was fun. I just remember it almost every week, him just randomly showing up at my high school, saying hello, just popping in the classroom, walking down the hallways. All the students and my friends just constantly screaming and yelling whenever they see him being at the high school games, him coming to my house, hanging out with me and my family. So I remember like it was yesterday. It was good times. It was a lot of fun, something I cherish, and it's very cool and good to be reunited again.
Jenny Carlson with the Oklahoman. Sam, could you, now that it looks like the moves are done with the exception of Russell and his extension, can you just talk about getting this team built, getting this group together to become a contender again with the pieces and just what you guys have accomplished overall this summer?
Well, first, I think obviously no team's ever finished. I think every team, by virtue, is always a work in progress, and we're a work in progress. Obviously, we have to come into training camp and start from zero and build ourselves up, so that we're in the best position possible after 82 games. But a lot of people, have to play a part in that. I think, we've been really fortunate to have really good players within our organization, and that helps other great players want to be a part of that. So I think you can never underestimate the contributions of everybody within the organization. And then the other thing I'd add is obviously none of this is possible without support from our ownership. We've had incredible ownership. Obviously, Mr. Bennett's here today, and just the commitment that he's made to the team to put us in position to have a chance to win a championship year in and year out. That is an unusual amount of support, and everyone that works for the Thunder understands how fortunate we are to have the ownership group that we do. None of this is possible without their continued efforts and their vision and understanding opportunity when it presents itself, and that commitment is not just now but has been the case, and we're blessed for that. So I'm really excited because I think these guys represent a continuation of the type of people that we've always valued, and I think there's a certain expectation for us that we're always going to try to be the best version of ourselves, and I think these two players and people give us that opportunity. But the work never stops. We're always looking for ways that we can make it better, not just on the floor, but off the floor for players and their families as well. And again, that all comes back to the support we have from our ownership and also from our fans, the people that come to the arena, that support the team, especially in a place like Oklahoma City. It all matters. It all adds up. So, and it makes it a place where players like Raymond and Patrick, want to come and be a part of the movement. And I think we all that work for the Thunder feel so grateful for all of those things.
Nick Gallo, OKCThunder.com. Billy, an identity of a team can change from year to year based on personnel. How do you feel that these two guys are going to kind of impact the personality of the group that you'll have? Well,
I think first would be just these guys are veteran guys. They've played in a lot of games, in a lot of big games. I think them having a great, clear understanding of what goes into winning and the sacrifices and the understanding of what goes into winning, I think that's very, very important. Last year our roster was the third youngest roster. Certainly adding two veterans like Raymond and Patrick, that only helps the growth of our younger guys as well. So I think that you look at what these guys have done and the roles that they've played and how long they've played in the league. It's hard to play in the NBA for the length of time these guys have played in the league, and they've done it at a high level. And they've done it very, very well, and they've done it very professionally. And I've been great admirers watching both guys play. and I think they're going to be just tremendous to our culture, to the way we want to play, to our identity. I think that they're going to bring great value.
Curtis Fitzpatrick with the Sports Animal. For both Raymond and Patrick, from an outsider's perspective, for the fans here, you guys have been in the league, played against Paul George. What can they expect from his game when you guys are on the court next year?
I think PG's just a guy who's going to compete. You know, he's a guy that can create his own shot, make guys better. You know, he plays on both ends of the court. You know, and I think that's something that this organization, that's part of their culture. You know, we're not just about teams who can score. It's about teams who can get stops to win games. And honestly, that's what wins championships. You know, you gotta be able to get stops. You gotta be able to play defense. And he's a guy who plays on both ends of the court. You know, and he's a guy that if you need to get a bucket, he can go get it for you.
Yeah, same thing. From what I've seen, he's one of the hardest workers in the league. And one thing that I admire the most about him is his vocal leadership. You know, I know and we all see what he can do on the court as far as his game goes, but just seeing him talk, communicate, whether it's going bad, whether it's going good, him being the vocal leader in the huddle, out there on the court, just always communicating to his teammates, whether they're down, whether they're up, no matter what the circumstances are, he's always talking. He's always active. He's always energetic, and I've always admired that about him.
Patrick, Raymond, you guys have obviously been around the league a while. What were your impressions of the Thunder, of this organization, before you arrived? I know you've just been here like 5 minutes, so your impressions may not be too much beyond that. But what have you come to learn about this organization even since you've been here?
I think for me, I think it's family oriented. You know, everybody's just so welcoming, and everybody's just, to me, I think, just honest. You know, I've played for a lot of organizations, and I play for a lot of, several teams, and just the honesty that I see in everybody's eyes, just talking to people, because I'm big at, when I'm talking to you, I like to look in your face, look in your eyes, so, I can look and tell if somebody's, BSing me or not. So, but with this organization, I feel like everybody's genuine. It's all about one thing, and it's about winning, and it's about taking care of each other. So, that's welcoming, and that's a good feeling to have.
Yeah, same thing. Since I've been here, just seeing how hungry everyone is to win and be successful. Just wanting to improve day in and day out, whether it's on the court or off the court, being a true professional with your family, your friends, those you care about, and also with basketball too. So just seeing how much everyone cares about each other, how, like Raymond just said, how everyone is just real family oriented here.
Hey guys, back here. Oh, sorry. Nikki K, Channel 4. You were asked about Paul George earlier. Is there some sort of relief that you're not going against Russell Westbrook anymore?
Well, I think I can answer that. I can answer that one. Being a point guard in this league, that's one battle that you don't look forward to, coming in here or playing against him. He's one tough guy, one tough competitor. He brings it every night. And he's going to give it his all. So I look forward to playing with a guy like that, because I play the same way. So, it feels a big relief to be on the right side of that.
Eric G. from the franchise. Sam, this one's for you. How much of the moves that you made in this very aggressive offseason have to do with the fact that Russell Westbrook specifically wanted to see upgrades on this roster?
I think if we needed some kind of nudge in that respect, then probably don't deserve to be doing what we're doing. Over the last 8 or 9 years, we've been probably the most, if not toward the top of most active teams in the league. So I think we've kind of demonstrated over the course of time that we're pretty aggressive. I'd like to think that with the bright minds that we have in our front office, the people that don't get enough credit, Mike Winger, Amanda Green, Wynn Sullivan, Jesse Gould, obviously Troy, Paul Rivers, and Will Dawkins, and on down the list. We try to come up with every possible scenario we can think of to make the team better. And then, as I said before, a lot of it comes down to having the support of Clay and the ownership group to empower us to try to do the things that we can think of to try to put the best team on the floor. So obviously, our goal is the same as Russell's or Pat's or Raymond's, anyone's part of the Thunder. And I think that, we don't really wait for circumstances to dictate our action, and I think history kind of speaks to that.
Eric Horn with the Oklahoman. Raymond, just going back to Russell Westbrook, 5 years is a long time. I think back when you were with Denver, you had made some comments going into the playoffs saying that, you hoped that you played the Thunder. They do a lot of trash talking. What has the relationship been like between now and then, between you and Russell Westbrook, and on and off the court?
I think that was just a situation. I think I was in Portland. I don't think it was Denver at the time. Might have been Portland, wherever it was. I think at the time, you were just talking about two guys who were just strong competitors, two guys who battled it out at the time. And, I was young, not really understanding the press side of things, and understanding that when you say certain stuff, it's gonna come back. It's gonna come back 10 times more. So, not meaning it in a disrespectful or antagonizing kind of way, but it was just one of those things where I'm a competitor, and I was kind of heated about maybe out there playing against someone or whatever it was. Just made some comments that probably shouldn't have, but now me and Russell got a great relationship. We have a great deal of respect for each other, because like I said, we both competitors. We both bring it every night. But other than that, there's no problem between us, not at all.
Along the same lines, when you were with Dallas and you had the series here, Mark Cuban came out with some comments and said Russell wasn't a superstar. As a guy who had to go against Russell every night in that series, what were your thoughts about Mark saying that?
I was mad at him. I was upset with him, because I think the next night he came out and gave us like 35, 37 points or something like that. So, yeah, I was really upset with that comment, because I'm like, man, look, dude, I'm the one who got to guard this, man. But like I said, man, Russ is one of the guys that I really like. I respect him. I respect his game, because like I said, he bring it every night. He bring it on both ends of the court, and it's gonna be fun to be playing along with him.
Yeah, Barry Trammell with the Oklahoman. Patrick, the Thunder only had so much money available for free agency. You apparently signed a contract below your market value. What led to that decision? Why'd you decide to come here, even though you could have gotten more money elsewhere?
The opportunity to win, the opportunity to compete for a championship and be with a team that's just as hungry as I am, to play alongside all-stars and superstars, to be reunited with Coach Donovan again, and just being in an overall environment that I can be happy, be myself, flourish, and have the utmost fun. So that's what it all came down to. Despite the money, people are taking less in order to win, and that's what my mindset was basically to come to a situation where I could be happy, win, and thrive.
Patrick, another one for you. Just the direction that the league is heading, going smaller, how do you see your defensive versatility kind of meshing with the group that's already established here?
Yeah, being able to switch, moving my feet laterally to stay in front of smaller, quicker guards, being able to guard larger guys in the post. So whatever it may be, just using overall my defensive awareness and tactics to stay on the court for as long as possible. The team has so many weapons on the defensive side of the ball who can guard multiple positions, and I just want myself to be one of those guys who can stay on the court and my teammates can rely on and trust and believe in to get stops on that side of the ball.
Brady Trent, Thunder Digest. This is for Raymond and Patrick. You guys bring a wealth of experience in the postseason, and considering the Thunder were the youngest team in the postseason last year, is that something you guys are looking forward to bringing to this team kind of as a leadership in the locker room role?
No question. Sometimes having youth is a good thing, but sometimes it can hurt in big games and hurt in big situations. Experience, I think helps a whole lot. But I think the main thing that me and Patrick is going to bring to this team is just all out competitors, guys who just want to win. We just want to win. I can't speak for him, but I'm pretty sure he feels the same way. The biggest goal and the best feeling ever is to have a parade. And, I've never experienced that. I experienced it on the college level, but never here in the NBA. So I would definitely want to do that, before I retire from this game.
Eric G. from the franchise. Raymond, this one's for you. Whether it's Alex Abrinas, Enes Kanter, Doug McDermott, a lot of the guys on the second unit that you'll be running with, how familiar are you with those guys, and what about their games do you like?
I think all those guys bring a whole lot of different things to the game. I think what those guys need is somebody who can just calm them down at times. Because most of those guys that you just named are very young and don't really have a lot of experience, but have been in big games because of the teams they've been on. So with Cantor, you know, he's gonna bring it every night. He plays hard, he rebounds. You know, he's a force to be reckoned with. You know, Abrinas, I think, has the biggest upside pretty much of all of them because he can do it all. He can go off the dribble. He can shoot the ball very well. He's just all out good player. You know what I'm saying? And McDermott, I think he's just a young guy who needs some time and who needs to see the ball go in the basket a few times and just to get that confidence up to just play, because, you know, he was a great player in college, and I think he can translate that here into this NBA. He just got to have the right coach over there that's gonna help him out, that's gonna drill him, you know, just have the right veterans around him that's gonna give him that confidence to help his game and just, you know, be on him, you know what I'm saying, each and every night.
This question is for Billy. It's well documented how the team struggled offensively with Russell off the court last season. What does Raymond bring in terms of guard play that's going to help the team when Russell's not on the court?
Well, I think one of the things that probably hasn't been spoken about that's maybe one of the unique things about Raymond is the fact that even if you look at him last year with the Clippers, he's been on the floor where he's played the point, he's played the two, he's probably played the small forward spot. He's really been all over the place in the backcourt, and I think that speaks to his IQ of how he can actually impact a game. So I have a lot of confidence based on his experience and him being a veteran that there really probably isn't any situation he has not been into. And he can play with the ball in his hands, off the ball. He can play with a small lineup, big lineup. He can play with young guys, older guys. It really doesn't make a difference. When you watch him play, he's always trying to figure out ways to impact the game and impact winning. And I think it speaks to the things that he's mentioned here today about how important winning is to him. And you can see him do that because if he sees something in a way that he can impact the game, he can do it by shooting, penetrating, defending. He does it in a lot of different ways.
Billy, with the changeover in the roster, now you had changeover last year. You knew Oladipo would play for you. Sabonis was a rookie. But you're bringing in veterans now that are obviously going to play a big role on the team. How does that change going into training camp this the offseason compared to last year?
Well, I think anything, you know, the winning part, and these guys can speak to it as players, but I think the first thing is in order to have a really good team, you have to be a connected team. And that requires, you know, building those relationships. And although these guys know a lot of the guys on our team, they haven't really played with them. So I think developing those relationships, that cohesiveness, guys understanding roles, responsibilities, those kind of things, the sacrifice it takes for the benefit of the team becomes really, really critical. And there's no question, I think because of their veteran experience and being on different teams and being in the playoffs, they have a clear understanding of what it takes. And when you have somebody that has a clear understanding of what it takes, I think that's able to, you know, trickle down through your entire team. And I think that's where these two guys as veterans can come in and understand the things that are necessary that we have to do day in and day out to be successful.
Yeah, Patrick, you and Raymond both. You've been in Houston and Toronto and L.A., New York, Dallas, been your last few stops, major metropolises. Now you come into a small market in the NBA. What are the pros and cons of that, apart from the basketball side?
Well, I'm a country boy in the South, so this is basically home to me out here, you know. So the pros would definitely just be me being comfortable out here. Although it's not a big city, like you said, like Toronto or Houston, there's still great Fine Points out here. There's still great opportunity. There's still terrific people, you know. So that's the only thing that really matters to me is being in an environment that I see people as my family. I see people as my friends, and I just have fun. And that's basically what I see out here in Oklahoma.